Overclockers, my name's Bryony, and in this video I'm going to be unboxing and taking a closer look at two cases from brand new hardware brand Havn, introducing the HS420 and HS420 VGPU. The talented tech team at Overclockers UK actually had some input on the design of this case, so I'm really excited to see what innovative features they've come up with. So without further ado, let's get into it. Our journey begins, and it looks like we've got an accessories pack that says start here. There's also the user guide in the top there. So who am I to ignore that? There's also a little piece of card that's kind of a welcome letter. So we have the accessory kit, all Havn branded. We've got what looks to be hard drive bay, I think. And we've got some gloves, which will add to the unboxing experience. Oh, and they're actually anti-static gloves, which is really good. See, and those look to be some cable combs to help with cable management. And then we also have a bag which has cable ties and some screws, and all of those look to be labeled, which is really handy to help with the build process. And this is the user guide. So you get a booklet. Actually, I thought it might be multiple languages because it is quite a substantial booklet, but it actually looks to all be in English. And it kind of has very detailed instructions to how to take the case apart, how to remove the side panels, how to attach the different mounts, how to attach the storage. There we have the big reveal. There it is. Ta-da! As you can now see, here's one I unboxed earlier. So this is the white VGPU version, and the HS420 is available in black or white in both VGPU and just the regular version. So no matter what color, no matter what hardware configuration you're gonna go for, there is an option for you, and we've now got both of them here. I really loved the overall unboxing experience. I think they're nicely packaged. You do get that premium feel. I think they're gonna be shipped nice and safe. Sometimes with cases, it's quite easy for them to get damaged during shipping, and you've got all this glass and metal and everything. The overall aesthetic as well is beautiful. I think they've done a really good job of keeping them minimalistic, but also making them feel really high quality, very sleek. They're like the perfect place to showcase your hardware. Obviously, one of the main standout features is all of this glass. It's actually a uni sheet of panoramic glass, so it goes all the way from the front all the way around to the side, and you can see that it's going to show off the components, particularly in this VGPU variant. Overall first impression is just like wow currently. I've got rid of the black case, so we can now take a closer look at the dual chamber design and the airflow and the different features of the VGPU variant. So first of all, you need a screwdriver to take this case apart. The top panel comes off, it just is attached on with some nice magnets. You can see that's just so premium. I can't get over the quality of this case. And you can see it also has like inbuilt dust filters. There's mesh on there to keep the dust out, and just loads and loads of airflow. Now, using a screwdriver, there is a couple of screws that hold in the glass panel at the front. Now I've removed the 4 screws, I'm gonna go ahead and put some gloves on, because I have to grip this glass panel and just kind of slide and lift it off. That's a very cool piece of glass. There we go, that was so easy. This is also held on with magnets and a couple of screws, and that is just wonderful. Look at all the airflow. I can literally see, I can see through the panel and look at the camera through it. It's a big sheet of metal, and it actually still manages to have some weight to it, but you've got so much airflow and so much mesh. I'll get all these panels out of the way and then we can take a closer look at the internal design. Now I've removed all the side panels, we can take a closer look at the configuration on the internals of this case. And you can see that it is made for a whole bunch of different hardware configurations. You can install up to 11 140mm fans. You've got 2 in the back, 3 at the bottom, you can have 3 up the top, you can have 3 down the side here. There is loads of space for plenty of cooling. This of course also leans into radiators, so it is called the HS420, and you can fit a 420 in the top, a 420 at the bottom, or a 420mm radiator on the back of the motherboard tray here as well. So there's loads of different configurations you can do, whether that's with air cooling or with water cooling. You also have loads of room for plenty of storage as well, and of course, being the VGPU version, the vertical mounted GPU version, it includes this really awesome bracket that has this glass panel that helps to improve the airflow. But if we open this box up, we'll see what other accessories come with it. So I have never seen this on a case before, but I think it's so cool because it's really going to help the airflow when you've got that graphics card in a what would be normally a compromised position in regards to airflow. So this simply slots in the back here, and you attach that on to this bracket. So you'll have your 3 fans here, and then that directs the air up, and it kind of bounces off the glass and comes back at your graphics card. So your graphics card is going to get lots of cool, fresh air from the intake at the bottom of your case, kind of flowing over it, all the hot air is going out of the top, and it's just such a clever way to do the cooling. And I think it actually looks quite nice as well. I think because they've gone with glass, it's not plastic, it is actually glass, it looks really nice, and it's not going to affect the kind of internal aesthetics. If you want like a bit of lighting, you've got a really nice looking graphics card, even with this glass panel in there, I think it's a really cool design. That's all the brackets and things for it there as well. You can see it has this dual chamber design, so your power supply goes down the bottom here, and then you've also got all this room for storage. So you can have up to 4 hard drives, or of course 4 SSDs in the back of this case, or you can take this bracket off. You can easily access it, so you can replace it with like fans if you want some more airflow, or like I said, you can have that screen there. And there is so much cable routing. I love the way they have designed the cable management in this case. You can see that all of it is labeled, so it's really well thought out. For example, this is recommended for your 4+4 pin cables, which are gonna power your CPU. You've got this slot here. This isn't plastic, this is actually made of rubber, which is so cool. So you can easily thread the cables through there to the front of the motherboard tray, and those aren't gonna be in the way no matter what. And they also keep it nicely cable managed. So you've not just got these big gaping holes, you've also not got that really like annoying rubber panel. You just have this really clever system, and it's got like these cable combs that you can slide up and down as well. And there are additional ones that actually come in the bag, so you can add extra ones on there to help keep your cables managed. And there's so much space back here. You've got lots of Velcro ties and these channels. There's more of those like little rubber things at the top to thread cables through with cable combs to keep everything nice and neat. Also, this case does come with a fan hub, which is included in the price. It is powered by SATA, and you've got like your 4-pin connector there as well. And you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fans powered from that as well. And that's included in the price of the case, which is really nice to see. So you don't have to worry about buying an additional fan hub. On the top, you also have your connections. So you've got 2 USBs, USB-C, and then also an audio port as well. And of course, if I put the top panels back on, you've got the power button there as well. But it's just such a really nice design. And now those side panels are off, it's actually quite light and easy to move around. It's heavy with the panels on, but once they're off, it's super easy to build in. And to kind of like finish off the overall quick look at this case, I'm gonna remove this back panel. One screw, and then it comes off like that. You can see you've got a dust filter for the bottom fan. This one at the top here is just open, and then that's where your rear I/O is gonna go. Once again, really nice quality. And you can see this is where you're gonna install your rear fans. So I love this because sometimes I think the back of a case can kind of look a bit ugly where your fans are screwed in, but this kind of hides the fans like in this little shroud, which is really clever, and I think it is going to look really nice once it's got a build in it. Now that we've taken a closer look at the case completely empty, I think it's time that we look at a built one. So like I said, I'm a bit jealous that I don't actually get to build in this case, but we already have one that we made earlier and it's awesome. So let's take a look at that now. Here we have what will be the Infin8 Sanctuary, all built in a Havn HS420 VGPU case, and I think it looks fantastic. This is a show PC that's actually just come back from Gamescom, and it is wonderful. It shows what you can do inside this case. You can see that it is water cooled, so the GPU is actually vertically mounted. It's an RTX 4090. It looks fantastic with this kind of silver GPU block. That's been vertically mounted using the included bracket, but because they wanted to put a 420mm radiator at the bottom, they aren't actually using that included kind of fan bracket with the glass piece. They've just gone for this giant radiator, and on top of that, they're using some Fantex D30 fans. They actually look like they're exhausting, but they are actually intaking because they're the version that have the reverse fan blades. You've got 3 at the bottom, 2 fans at the back, and then at the top here you've got 3 more D30 fans, and those are actually attached to an additional 420mm radiator. So there's one radiator cooling the GPU and there's one radiator cooling the CPU, and as you can imagine, because it's all water cooled, the temperatures are actually amazing. Also in this water cooling loop, you do have this distro plate here at the front. So you could install some additional fans up the front, or you could install a screen, or you can have a custom distro plate. I think it'd be really nice if Havn maybe created their own distro plate. Right now they only have the case, but I can imagine in the future they're going to come out with some fans and maybe some water cooling bits as well. So it'd be really nice if you could actually purchase this at some point in the future. But for now, this one's been created in-house at Overclockers UK for this particular Infin8 system, and I think it just looks fantastic. You've got this giant glass panel, which obviously really shows off the internal components. You've got all the lovely RGB lighting on display shining through the panel, and it's a really nice demonstration of what sort of system you could actually build in this case. It is a premium case. It comes with a premium price tag, so this is probably the sort of thing you're going to be looking at putting in a case like this, and it just does it so well. So that has been the Havn HS420 and HS420 VGPU cases. My overall conclusion is that this case is awesome. It's going to be the ideal PC case for a real enthusiast. You can tell that so much thought has gone into the design. Not only you have the really good like cooling and airflow, you've got the mesh to keep the dust out. It looks like it's going to be really easy to build in. You've got loads of space for cable management. The dual chamber design just means that you've got so much space for different configurations and different hardware. You've got loads of space for storage. I think whatever kind of build you're dreaming of, the HS420 can really do it, and it just looks fantastic as well. Of course, it is going to be available at Overclockers UK, so make sure to check it out on our website. And if you want more information, you can leave me a comment below and I'll do my best to answer it. Thanks very much for watching another video. Hopefully you found it interesting and I didn't ramble on too much for you, but I just love this case so much. So make sure to like, subscribe, leave me a comment below, and why not check out one of our other videos. I'm sure there'll be a video here talking all about the Infin8 Sanctuary, this wonderful build, or maybe you can check out one of our other case reviews. And I'll see you again in the next one.